to have everybody back here. We are here at the Live Hip Hop Daily Studios where they've spruced things up on us and got all fancy and whatnot. So we had to bring the whole team back and just reload it. And for those who don't know, who do first time listening to the round table, it's a place where we have discussions with men and women on a variety of topics, mainly dealing with relationships. And we just have a chance for everybody to have their say and get at it, right? You know, men and women being civil and talking about it, getting to the crux of things. So, this week I wanted to kind of build off of last week's topic. Shout out to Alita as well as Brittany, who's held it down for us last week. We kind of talked about the toughest season and dating somebody for a season rather than a reason, and I kind of wanted to build on that because I was like, seems like there's a kind of a lack of people getting in serious relationships. There's people like sometimes you talk to people, you ask them last time they were in a serious relationship. Some people haven't, never even really been in one. Well into their 30s, never even been in a serious relationship, and it seems like so many people are kind of playing around and just dating just to hold it over rather than get with somebody and getting serious. So I said, let's talk about it. And of course, if I don't do this alone, when I come to the round table, I got a few people with me. Let's see here. Starting over at the end, we got my man DJ Knots.
What up? Happy New Year. Welcome back.
It's been that long.
It's been a little siesta.
It's been a little siesta. Back up.
Siesta.
Yeah.
Little siesta.
Get O's energy up in here. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Gotta get him out that Denzel mode and come on. You know what I'm saying? So,
Late
no
night.
jokes. It's serious, It's a good topic, man. I'm looking forward to this. Yeah.
That's true. Nice pun right there. Then we have the lovely Tierra. How are you doing?
Hello. I'm doing well.
Yeah,
glad to be back. I know.
You was all jet setting and doing stuff with your
know,
homecoming and everything.
Yeah, gotta go back and show love to the people.
Okay, all right. You ready to talk about this topic?
Yes.
Can you be serious?
Kinda.
A
little bit.
That's all cool.
Maybe
well, that's a good segue because I know the person next to me definitely has a problem being serious. I guess I can call her a friend.
A good friend.
That's still very debatable. Still very, very debatable. Trina, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. I missed you guys. I'm so glad we're back together.
That's what I'm talking about.
Good. You got the glasses on too?
I do.
Right. Okay.
I can see now.
Whatever.
And also we got a first timer at the round table, friend of mine.
Yeah.
Good brother right here. We got Isaiah in the house. What's going on, Isaiah?
What's up, man? What's going on?
You ready for this, man?
Yeah, we about to find out what's up with the what's up.
You sit next to Trina, man. So
You'll be all right.
good luck
You'll
with
be all
that.
right.
She got on me. I ain't
All right. You gonna tell me what I got on
So before the show even started.
No, you have to set some ground rules.
Before the show even started, Trina was already, bossing Isaiah around trying to tell him what to do and stuff.
Right.
What did I tell you? Okay,
Anyway.
so
You gotta let them know.
But what did I tell you to do?
So I've been drinking water all day,
Okay.
right? So
Excuse number
before I
one.
spoke to anybody, I walked in, I was like, I gotta take a piss. So I ran in the bathroom. She saw me tripping. I tripped myself into the bathroom, did what I had to do, came out, forgot to put the seat down.
Oh, yeah, she got you.
Forgot to put the seat down.
Yeah.
Now I've been married for almost 4 years now, so I'm.
How could you not know after
Exactly.
4
It's
years?
your second nature.
You should even put
When
that in there.
When you got home field advantage and you know where you about to do what you're doing,
There you
I don't even have to lift the seat up no more. I just know how to get it done. So
But once again, like I said, Trina done got us off the topic.
Okay.
That's all.
Anyway.
Let's get back to serious things that matter. But like I said, last show we talked about kind of dating for a reason, just debating around. So I said, hey, let's talk about the serious things. So a couple of questions and things I had is like, is it because of the baggage of past relationships that people don't do in serious relationships? Maybe their parents. Maybe their parents got divorced, or they seem to be together in a relationship, but it was unhealthy, and they saw them just hanging around. Maybe that's why they don't want to get in a serious relationship. What about like blended families? Sometimes people don't want to get serious with someone who has children. Things like that. These are all just some questions and topics I had. Anything you want to build off of that, Knots?
Pick one.
You go ahead.
I mean, what was the original start-off question? Why are people not looking for serious relationships?
Why does it seem like to be a lack of serious relationships? Because I think it's so much like people just kind of playing around and just, somebody I'm dealing with, but it's nothing serious about it. Nothing they're trying to work towards. Just
It depends on, well, like I said, it always depends. But I think most people do that, men and females, because they're looking for something else, something more. Their ideal, picture perfect person that they want. So I'm gonna keep you around until I basically saying find somebody better.
Filler.
That's it.
Placeholder.
Well, that was a great show. Thank you.
So you're saying that you think that it's like, is that the fantasy though? I mean, like this.
Nah, I don't think it's a fantasy. I think you got expectations and you have guidelines what you want to, the person you see yourself with long term, and making it happen. It depends on how low on the totem pole is your filler. So I mean, if your filler is a 3 and you waiting on a 10, then that might be a fantasy. But if your filler is a 7 and you just want somebody else who maybe does something, one of your critical issues, make or break deals different, then it may not be that far off. So it just depends on, you know, what level we're at with it as far as a filler and where they trying to get to.
Right.
Yeah. I also think some people need to kind of watch themselves with the placeholders as well too, because you never know. You can get tripped up into a relationship. You may get so used to being with them that person is blocking your blessing. Like, I know a lot of times my mom, she'll be like, I have a gay best friend that's a man, and she really thinks that the reason why I'm still single is because he's my best friend, and everywhere I go, I'm with him, and he's a man. And so people probably think that I'm in a relationship, or they don't want to approach me in that type of way. And so you definitely can get tripped up by having placeholders. And even my friend who's currently in a situationship like that, where she has sex with this person, I'm just like, well, don't get pregnant, because you would hate.
That's
I
what I thought you meant. You
said,
you said tripped up. I thought that's what you meant.
That's what I mean too.
Oh, okay.
Like, you can get tripped up. Like, don't get pregnant, because girl.
Well, yeah, pregnancy would definitely make that relationship serious.
A little bit more complicated. Maybe.
And you got yourself into a situation for real.
Pull-out game got to be strong.
I say, so you married.
Yeah.
You know, what have you seen? You think there's a decline as far as like people getting in serious relationships, or your peers? Are you like the only married dude, or is that?
I was the only married dude for a while. I'm only 27, and it's coming to a point where my peers, all of my classmates, people I went to high school, college with, they all starting to get married. You see all the pictures on Instagram, Facebook, the wedding ring. I said yes. Like, you get it.
Yeah.
Okay, you're happy now. But you see them. I see a lot of people getting married, having babies, getting in relationships. But on the same time, I see a lot more people just having fun. They partying. It's their lifestyle, man. Their lifestyle don't slow down for no people. They'll slow down for a baby though, like she said. You know, tripped up.
That force will slow down.
So you see it's like, is there like, I guess, what is it, I guess, that's changing people to make them, you know, stop playing around? You know, what do you think about it, Trina? Because, you know, you like to be silly and play around and joke and whatnot. When did you start getting serious about things?
Well, believe it or not,
I don't believe it.
where relationships are concerned, I've always been serious. That's one part of my life that I take very seriously.
Every relationship you take serious.
Let's define relationship. Okay, so I've had fillers. Okay, those are not considered relationships.
Okay.
But yeah, I just think that I have a long list of reasons why, but I think right now people just don't want to wait. They don't want to wait to get to know somebody. They think after 3 dates, we should be doing something else. We should be getting to know each other in a physical manner. And not everybody, but I mean, you don't want to take time to get to know that person. You want it really fast. You want your cake and you want to eat it too. You don't want to, learn different things about them. So maybe I sleep with you tonight and then I wake up tomorrow and find out you got, bugs or something. You got other things going on. You have to take time, and people don't want to take time. And I'm speaking from, when I was single, some of the stuff that came my way was ridiculous. I mean, but like you said, I'm not serious all the time, so I would just like feed into it so I can hear what was coming out of these guys. But yeah, to see what was coming out of their mouths, and being single, I liked being single, but I prefer being in a relationship. But I know that it's not an easy task.
You think that's on the decline, like the people getting serious with relationships? What do you see with your peers?
No. I have a lot of friends who, in my age group, females, who, our desire is, who want to be married, who want to have a family, and who want to be in serious relationships. But, and I'm not saying necessarily that it's all the men's fault, because you actually have to do, I said not necessarily, but you have to do self-evaluation as well. You have to look at yourself to see, well, why am I still at this age after 4 or 5 years? Why am I still single? Why haven't I met a man? Or the men that I meet, you can't always blame it on the other person. You have to do self-evaluation, because that's the common denominator, me. So what is it about me that is not attractive where somebody wants to take me serious and possibly, get further into a relationship?
But it sounds like you say you want to put some blame on the men.
It's both sides. I mean, I am the number one, I believe, you have to do self-evaluation, because if you don't know yourself, how are you going to go to somebody else and try to be all this and stuff like that? I think as a woman, I didn't know myself completely until I would say 35. 35, and I guess I'm telling my age because I'm older than 35, but I look good. But anyway, I didn't know myself until I was 35. So there was a lot of childish and young things that I was actually, and ironically, I got divorced at 35. So prior to that, I was doing a lot of stupid things, not necessarily specific to, the marriage, but just in life in general. When I look back and see who I was then, I'm like, damn, I was stupid.
Yeah, you weren't that serious.
Yeah, I wasn't serious.
Can we go back for a minute?
Yeah.
Because you said something.
Okay.
About people, aka, I heard women. That's what I heard when you said it. People who make these decisions after 3 days that their relationship needs to go to another level. Now you said they may think it may make them physical, but let me ask both you ladies: isn't that not what women tend to do? They saying, okay, we need to define this relationship right now.
Okay, so not every woman. So it's the caliber of women. So we've kind of already.
Let me put it
you
this
like
way.
That word?
I know you're going to go with it. Let me put it this way.
Go ahead.
I get more specific because we start talking about caliber of women and we won't get nowhere. What I'm trying to say is, in your mind, you may not tell the dude, but you may start thinking in your head like, hey, this may be something. Is that a mistake for women to do that so quickly?
Okay, so I don't necessarily think it's a mistake, but for me, when I date somebody,
Speak for all women. No, go ahead.
No, I can't. Of course, I have to be specific. So, I mean, I have to date you and see if there's potential. I just don't date just to be dating. If that's the case, you can just be my filler. Now, if you're my filler, there's no thought in going forward. I know what it is from the get-go.
How soon do you know what it is? That's what I'm saying. So you know from the get-go if he's going to be a filler or if he may be something more potential-wise, long-term, right?
Exactly.
So, like I said, within those 3 days, do you think that's too soon to make that decision?
I think it's too soon to define a relationship between by 3 dates. However, I do think that women or anybody, especially the older you get, you should have some type of understanding of what you want, who you are. And so I think that knowing if you want something a little bit more serious and if that person is going to step up to that, meet that potential within before the first 3 dates. But am I asking you, what are we after
right,
that?
Yeah.
No, you keep it on this to yourself.
Definitely not.
You know how y'all get going with stuff in y'all head and it's,
But
I think it's also depending on where you are. Because honestly, to me, I'm 25, about to be 26 in about a month. And honestly, I don't really want to be in a relationship for the rest of the year. I'm enjoying the
rest of the year.
I'm enjoying my single life. Of course, now if the one falls into my lap, that happens, yes. But am I out here with the flashlight trying to find the one, trying to make people the one? No, I'm not. I'm enjoying what I have right now because I know once I'm in a serious relationship, to me, the older I get, it's not about is this person going to be a good boyfriend? Is this person going to be a good life partner? And so to me, I'm dating for the lifetime, for a long-term relationship. So I'm not going to be in and out of relationships all the time just because. So I don't know. I feel like for me, it's definitely where I'm at. I know I'm not ready to get into a relationship. I'm getting to know people, and I'm enjoying that process. But defining it right now is really not where I'm trying to be, if that makes sense.
I hate it when y'all get these answers. No, I say that because they're great answers, right? And I believe they're truthful and everything, but the majority of the people are not like that. So I'm trying to get y'all to help them at the same time, because y'all got to figure it out. We already know that from being on this show.
Okay, so basically you're saying, I think that a lot of my friends and a lot of people my age are dating, or they want to get in a relationship simply for, or they want to get engaged simply for the wedding and not the marriage.
Right.
And so that is my problem with that. I'm just like, girl, why? But I think that's also dealing with my personality. I feel like I'm probably 20% like commitment phobe, but we're not even gonna talk about that. But I'm just like, why rush? You know, you got the rest of your life that you're gonna be with this person. Take your time, you know?
So you do tell your friends that part of it then?
I do, but some of them just want to be. I mean, you're filled with, of course, if you have a mother or a father that's just like, when are you gonna get married? That's the top question when you come back home for the holidays. When are you gonna get married? When are you gonna get, you know, engaged? When are you gonna get pregnant? So, especially for a woman. I don't know if men get that question as often, but that's the question. And so you start feeling like, is something wrong with me? Like, how come every relationship that I'm in, how come I'm not engaged yet? How come everybody's getting engaged except me? So you're going to want to try to go after whoever fits two things off of your checklist.
Gotcha.
Knox, I wanted to ask you, because are you saying that men, after the third date, men don't look at women like what her potential could be, who she could be in their lives? Oh, you know from the jump. Okay, so that, okay. I was.
Go ahead,
that's what I heard. That's what I heard. So that's what I heard. So because you made it seem like it was like some negative that women were. You already. No, I said this is how.
You said tripping already.
Shut up. So you made it seem like it was in a negative way. To me, it seemed that when women after a third date had already decided, well, we're gonna get married. You know, is he type of guy that I would marry? You made it seem like that was crazy. But then here you are saying off the bat, you know who this woman is.
It is a crazy thing.
All right. So like, as a man, we gauge y'all, or I can say for me, I gauge women totally different than y'all might gauge a man. So it all depends on where I met her, like where I seen her. Like if I seen her in the club and she got on the freakum dress and she looking good, I'm gonna have to question like, yo. She got the, you know, ass out and the whole shebang. Like, do I really want to get into that? I mean, I'm certain she's gonna be a whole lot of fun.
Oh no, you want to get into that?
Right.
You really want to get into that?
You know? So it's gonna take me having some conversations with her to say, okay, well, she do got a head on her shoulders. You know, what you do for a living? Oh, I do this, that, the third, yada yada yada. Cool. She got a head on her shoulders. She just like to go out and party. We might have something if she know how to stay faithful. Right? But if I meet her, say, you know, might have been in school and we already having this whole thing, she can't carrying herself well, but might be a dud, like she's just born like, yo, she's a wet rag, like get out of here. Then I'm gonna know off the bat, because you see somebody, you know what I'm saying, for who they are early. It all depends on where you meet her in the situation. It's context.
But what if you're judging the person before judging the book
you
before it's cup?
That's when you
have to
open
take
up that conversation.
That's their fault.
No, it's not.
That's the representative that they chose to put out that day. Well, ain't my fault I took it like that. That's what you put out there.
What Dave Chappelle say, like, I didn't think you was a hoe, but you was wearing the hoe's uniform.
There it is.
Right?
Reporting for duty. That's what you did.
Shout out to Dave Chappelle.
Did we answer your question? Did I cover that? Really, no?
I guess.
Okay, cool.
But like you made a good point there, Sierra. You're talking about like people getting caught up with the the engagement itself or the wedding or things like. There's a certain thing. It seems like women have this idea of whatever man they're gonna meet, him fitting into that box or him fitting into that description that they have, rather than just maybe meeting that man and
building it
and just learning who he is and letting that be. It's like you're gonna judge him. Are you judging men next to this standard or list that you have, or are you just gonna
go ahead
meet that person and let them build on what they have, or is it because you're saying like some of them they're like they met this person but they're like, oh, they want him to be like this and they want this person to be.
Oh well, I'm not into. We already had this conversation. I think the first time I'm not into changing anybody. I'm not into changing anybody. Now there is some sort of core values and core things that I definitely want that person to possess without me even, wanting to quote unquote change that. But I'm not into trying to change anybody. Just like I was discussing with somebody today, like for one, I really want that person to be somewhat into fitness and taking care of themselves. Do I want to come into the relationship if they're not, like saying, okay, well, you're gonna do this, we finna go running, da da da. I mean, that's good if that person wants to, if you change that person by your behavior, but I'm not going to come into the relationship like trying to heart my interest and my values on you if you don't already possess
So it'd be hard for
them.
you to take somebody serious who didn't work out and physique or things like that.
See, I'm not saying it's not hard. It's not hard for me to take them seriously. I know that's just one thing that that interests me in another individual. One of the, you know.
Right. I mean, then you probably wouldn't take them serious, right?
Go on and say there's nothing wrong with saying yes to that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's
you're
nothing
right.
wrong with saying yes to that.
I mean, I think. Okay, let me put it this way. If he had all of the, well, not even all, he had half of those things. Y'all never once in your mind said, well, if he only did this, or if I could only get him to do this
You're right.
one other thing,
You're right.
is that not changing him?
See, that's the point. Like, I've met somebody who's like probably, oh my God, this person is great for me, da 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 da. But there's this one thing that I know is not changing, and honestly, I haven't let that deterred me from wanting to be with that person more. But it has made me, it has given me some type of hesitance. It has made me hesitant to get any deeper, if that makes sense. Yeah, so it hasn't made me completely cut everything off, but I know I'm trying to think to myself, like, how important is this one thing to me, and what am I willing to sacrifice?
So not saying, what can I do to change that about him? You're willing to say, I need to accept him like, can I accept him like
I need to accept him for who he is, and if this is what I'm getting into, I need to expect this for quote unquote the rest of our lives. And if I can live with that, then that's fine. But if I know that's something that I can't live with, then I don't really need to waste my time any longer.
Such mature answers. Once again,
We have no immature women on this panel.
that's what I'm saying. And that's a problem we run into. Anyway, go ahead. It's a good problem.
No doubt. We're going to take about a wrap up for this first segment. When we come back, we're going to get into more about why the decline of serious relationships might be because of the lack of quality people out there. We're going to talk about.
Can't duplicate myself yet. I'm trying to.
If there's more knots in the world, everything be better.
It'd be so much of, anyway.
Wow. All right. Like I said, we're going
Girl version.
to take a quick break. Make sure you check us out on Twitter, on Instagram at ORT Show.
Show.
Shout out to Gerald on that one. Be right back. ODELL'S Roundtable.
I find myself saying that shit.
Odell for Odell's Roundtable, and we just been enjoying had a quick little break and have some libations and just conversation and stuff. But we're back to the topic of talking about serious relationships and everything. And I pose a question. I think a lot of people have just maybe gotten lazy. I think serious relationships take work.
Mm-hmm.
And
My bad, am I being a little too transparent?
that's
Do tell, brother. Do tell.
That's the married man right there.
The only married person on the panel. Do tell.
Because I will say this. I got a lot of married friends now. I'm 37. And most of them been married. They're like, bruh, don't do it. That's straight up and down. They're like, don't do it. And I'm like, man, I want the whole unit, the whole thing. They was like, yeah, eventually. They're like, man, it sound good. Just don't do it. You know what I mean? And then they start telling me the stories and the daily ongoings. And it's like, shit, I may not do it. So,
But that's them, though. That's their
I know
experience.
it's more than just one or two in that them. You
But
know what
it's
I'm saying?
still
So-
that experience. You should always try at least. I mean, I had a really bad situation, two bad situations. But I mean, you always get back up and you try again. I mean, that was just that person. You
You're
have
supposed
to.
to encourage me.
Yeah, I'm trying to encourage you.
was about
Yeah,
to
because
say,
I got
you
somebody.
fail,
Right.
but I'm
No,
gonna
you're
say,
not gonna
though-
fail if you go into it with that train of
Oh,
thought.
I'm
Then
not.
of
I'm not.
course.
Like I said, I'm still holding on to hope. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
don't listen
So
to your
what's it going
friends.
to take for you
Listen
to
to
get
me.
serious then, Nuts?
Right. Get yourself together.
The cliche answer is the right person.
That's very
We've been
cliche.
through this before with
Very
me.
cliche.
You know what I'm saying? It is cliche answer, man, but it's just, come close. I've come close, I say twice.
Okay.
And that's not even close. Ain't nobody proposing nothing, but in my mind. You know what I'm saying?
You had made
So,
the decision in your mind, like, yo, this might
This
happen.
might.
So when was the last time you were in a serious relationship? Not to put your business too much.
About a
Yesterday.
year and a half ago. Maybe 2 years now.
About 2 years ago?
Yeah, we'll say a year and a half, 2 years ago.
Okay.
And that didn't work out basically because, honestly, miscommunication. That was really it.
On your part?
Both. Both.
Yeah.
But it was going down a serious lane. Though.
Yeah. Trips out of town, picking each other from the airport, driving car, all of that. You know what I'm saying? So,
Really?
yeah.
Really? It is fun. Okay, it's funny I said that too because I found a story. I was just looking at some little fun thing right here. It's on this site called bustle.com by a writer named Zoe Weiner, and she was talking about 20 unexpected ways to tell your new relationship is getting serious. I'm not gonna do all 20, but it's a couple of the fun ones. And she said, okay, one is like you keep stuff at their place.
Okay.
On purpose, with them knowing, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
just make sure.
Yeah, they got to hide
we're
it
not
up under the
talking about
bed.
Let me be doing it accidental too early.
Right,
I'll be like, hey,
right.
you left something over here.
Right.
Like, just like,
Right.
let you know.
Whole outfit.
Baby.
Exactly.
Just let you know. It's
said,
under the sink.
Here we go. Then it said also you have a bedtime routine, kind of like designated size of the bed, sleeping positions, etc. You share a Netflix password. That's definitely
Cute.
Serious. Serious.
Also it says you know their favorite food and how to make it.
That's a big one.
And how to make it.
Oh, no, like, that's not like regular dating conversation. What do you like to eat?
No, he said you know their favorite food and how to make it though. Well,
I
and you
love
do it.
macaroni and cheese. Macaroni and cheese.
Well,
You know how to make it how they like it.
let's alter it. Let's say you actually are
I need
making
extra
it.
pepper
Let's
on
say
my
you-
mac and cheese.
Right.
yeah.
Let's say you're actually making it. This is the,
Right.
That's when they get all starry-eyed, like, you know what I'm saying? No, seriously.
It's one thing to say
Yeah.
you can make it, but it's actually to make
To
it.
make it.
And then it said, last couple says, sleepovers don't always mean sex.
Yay.
That's definitely serious. Cause
That's serious.
That's
Yeah.
serious.
And I sleep over.
Good.
Talk about it.
Oh, we not. You know what? I gotta go.
It's that time of the.
That's terrible.
This ain't serious. That week of reflection. Now.
Perfect. That's what I'm talking about. Like I said, 2 years ago. It actually hit me like, I can't do nothing tonight. I'm like, all right, I'm still coming. You know what I'm saying? That's how I knew. I was like, damn, did I just send that? But you know what I'm saying? That's when that's one of the
cute.
signs. You know what I'm saying?
It's
So
serious.
That's
exactly.
And
That's
Yay.
serious stuff.
Right.
I got one last one she had on there I thought was good. It said, you've had a huge fight and survived.
And survived.
True.
That's cute.
Because that's why I said, like, I think that, so many people are giving up easily. And you feel like that too, Trina? Like people just have like a fight and they just say, I'm done.
Oh yeah, because well, let me
Wait,
just
but hold
say,
up,
yeah.
real quick before I say that though, I do. You know, Trina, I've known you for a while, and I do remember. So I'm just gonna share something. I remember. Yeah, I used to work with Trina, and you know, I would see Trina like every on Monday. So I had this little checkboard thing. I had actually made like a little chart. And so I was like, Trina, how you doing? She's doing good. I said, okay. I said, so did you go out this weekend? She's like, yeah. I said, okay. I pulled my pen out. I was like, well, how did it go? And everything. She said, okay, it went good. I said, you still talking to dude? She said, yeah, I'm still talking to dude. I said, okay. Put my pen back. Then I talked to her on Tuesday. You know, next week I said, what's up with this? Oh, dude's done. X. Yeah. X. It's like every Monday I would talk with you. Every other Monday.
Well, that's true. And I do give a disclaimer that I'm a flight risk. You could do the littlest thing. If I'm out like that, you have to hold my attention because I can get distracted easily.
They have to hold your attention.
They have to hold my attention.
Wait
yeah.
a minute. Go ahead. Finish it.
Yeah. What about me? I am because you still trying to get on the plan. So I don't know what you're saying.
No, I was gonna ask you. Was it like something that they messed up doing, or was it just they were that boring? You were like, I cannot do this.
No.
You know what I'm saying? They did something, right?
Yeah, they did.
Give me an example of something they did.
Okay, so shut up. So one thing was, okay, we went on one date. And then the second date, he was like, hey, my friend from college died. Do you want to go to the funeral with me? Oh. And I'm
he was
like,
out?
Wait. Listen, wait.
Wait.
And I was like,
serious.
Date number 2. So I'm still trying to, figure it out. Listen, exactly. That's why you got that. So, okay, you want to go to the funeral? I'm like, okay, well, if you don't want to go to the funeral, you could just drive around the town and see the sights until the funeral is over. No. It's over.
So they didn't live here.
That line right there.
This funeral was out of town, right?
Yeah, it was in Tuskegee. That was crazy.
But you were living here, though, when this happened.
Yeah.
So he wanted you to drive home with them. Okay, that's a little much.
On
I
date
thought
number 2?
The funeral was like in Lithonia, and you was like, hell no, I ain't going
Even
over
if
there.
that's weird.
No,
that's
but then
weird.
you can say, I don't know if that'd be a, X or maybe
Yeah.
so you could have been more sympathetic about it, but like, I'm here for you, but I wouldn't feel comfortable.
Okay, so if
Trina's sympathetic?
Shut up. So if it was like your best friend or not somebody that you haven't seen since college, like somebody that you used to play on the basketball team
It don't
with.
matter. That don't matter.
You've been out of school for about 20 years. Come on, boo. You ain't even talked to
The
him.
point is, see, that's a test right there. See, if you're not there to hold them down during that time,
Not
to
if I just
support me,
met you.
well,
I can't even hold you down. I ain't met you yet. I just met you. We
when I
went to
say
go to
hold
something.
them down in this situation,
In this situation.
I mean hold them down. Like, I'm here to support you. I'll see you after the funeral, something like that. Like, it's a little different because he wanted
It
you out
was
of town.
just weird. Maybe,
That's crazy. Yeah.
it was weird to me. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I couldn't do it. I couldn't hold you down in that situation. That was weird.
Second date might
Like,
be
where'd
about
y'all meet?
I mean,
at?
you going to the funeral?
Last week.
Look, you going to the funeral on the second date?
I don't know.
You
about
going to the
that.
funeral on the
Right.
second date?
For
Come
the
on,
first
y'all.
time, I might actually agree with
You-
Trina on something. I might actually agree
Ain't
with
nobody
you.
going to the funeral on the second date. That's crazy. Come on, y'all.
Yeah, like I said,
on.
this might be the first
Oh,
time I might actually agree with you.
Everybody
You might-
hands should be up on that one. I'm
you might
sorry.
actually said something the same.
When I
But-
seen him crying over that dead body, I just knew he was the one.
But let me ask y'all this though: is also a part of it, it's the options game because people want to just kind of keep their options open, not locking anything down, and is it also a matter of people? There's a large number of people who are okay actually going into relationships being non-serious, being a side piece, or being something where a fling.
There's a lot of people.
Is that
There's a lot of people who just don't want to be by themselves and would rather be with anybody. They would. It's okay to be number 5 and 6. That's crazy. And a lot of women. Let me just put it that way.
Okay.
There's a lot of
Dead
women.
or alive. Come on, they gotta count for something. Come on.
What top
Make the
5?
list.
Even 6? Why? How can you do that? I just don't get that.
Like, I have a friend from grade school who I call her a serial monogamist because she's always in a relationship with somebody. Like, literally one after another. And she's very faithful in the relationships. They usually last a long time, but literally as soon as she gets out of one relationship, she's into another one.
So she goes zero
Can
to
we get a
serious.
time
real
frame? Because you talking about monogamy, and I don't believe you can jump.
I'm telling you, like, and I think, I don't know, I really think she has a problem with, one, I mean, of course, herself and just feeling like that loneliness, but I think she always has like a dude, like there's always a dude,
Right.
in the inbox or somebody
Exactly.
who's waiting on the opportunity.
Exactly.
And then
Exactly.
she
Look at
gives
the
that
glass.
person that opportunity. She was actually married like got married within like 2 months with someone and got divorced like a little bit after, of course, and literally right after the divorce is probably fresh, like the ink is still like drying on the paper, and she's with somebody else in a serious relationship.
Oh, she had a 6-man.
She got a
six man syndrome.
She got an arsenal.
Because it sounds like if she's going from 0 to 6, like 0 to serious so quick like that, is that on her end, or because it doesn't seem like the guys are maybe on that same page that she's on.
It's been how fine she
I
is.
think it's on her end. I think it's on her end. I mean, I'm not even thinking about the guy. I just think about like the common denominator, and that's her like going from relationship to relationship like so quickly. Like you don't have time to spend time with yourself.
Yeah,
and know about
that goes
yourself.
back to not
so
knowing
how
yourself.
can you even really take time to invest in learning about someone else when you don't even know about yourself because you haven't even spent time with yourself?
So she might be someone who, like said, she needs to even stay away from even trying to find a serious relationship. She should be trying to have some fun.
Depends on how fine she is. Once again,
Right,
I'm just trying to tell you how
That's
dudes
all
think.
that matters.
Like that was kind of cool, huh?
Is that all that matters?
But is
You
that,
know,
not,
you
is, that,
fine?
is that not a turn off to you?
Exactly.
Like,
That's
to
a
me
turn
personally,
off.
it's a turn off.
To me,
That's a
no.
turn
To me
off.
personally, it definitely is. But like I said, it depends on the brother. There's a lot of dudes out there. As long as it's all together visually, they will put up with everything else under the sun, and there's no limit to that. You know what I'm saying?
But then, like when you get there, and then that's all there.
They worry about that later.
is,
They not
it's
thinking
just
about that.
like,
They not thinking
what's
about
going on. But that's a turn off to me. If somebody is always in like relationships, like after a relationship, like when have you been single? Like what do you know about yourself?
Right,
So I feel like
exactly.
on the opposite end, that's a turn off to me. So I know how I am when I get in a relationship. I'm very loyal, even though it takes me a minute to do it, to actually, get into a relationship because I don't know, I'm very, very, very selective. I've only been in 3, really 2, real
Serious?
relationships. Yeah.
2.5.
2.5. And so, it takes me a little bit, and then when I am in a relationship, I'm very loyal, and so I know I want to make sure that this is the person that I
Right.
can see myself being with, forget everybody else. This is the one, we could be out on Facebook. I don't care,
wow.
we can be
Right. Yes.
that's what, look, I'm telling you, because I was in a whole relationship where I wouldn't even post anything of the guy. 'Cause
There's no pictures of you.
It just wasn't, I don't know.
Right.
Yo,
it's
I don't-
another step.
I don't get that. Like, oh, this is my boo. Like, you have 6 months worth of pictures with just you by yourself, but you in a relationship. Like, what you hiding? Like, not that everybody
Right.
be in your business, but oh, that's your man's. What do you look like? Where's he at? Like, is that your man's? Is that her man?
Everything is a personality. I feel like I'm private on a certain level as well too. I don't like to. I want to get used to my relationship before I just put it out
Expose
there.
it.
I'm not gonna meet somebody, date them for a few months, and
Right.
then be like, bam, we all on social media together.
Right,
and the
right.
next thing you know, it ain't. Oh, I
It's a
don't see
wrap.
pictures of Johnny no more.
Exactly.
I don't want to be that person
Right.
that's always with somebody different, especially at this age that I'm at.
Right.
Like,
And for the record, Tiara, let it be known that she will be taking no serious relationships until 2016.
2016.
2016.
Unless you're fine.
See? What'd he say? What'd you say?
I'll
It
see.
depends on how fine they are,
I'm
right?
just kidding, I'm
See?
kidding.
That's
It's real. They change everything.
Men and women.
They change everything.
Just go try for the last
But
couple of months.
Real,
That's it.
real quick, though, I do want, because I know when I did state about relationships taking work, Isaiah, you did take another sip of the drink, talk about
Like, woo, Lord Jesus. I know.
talk about that though, because you
Work
are in
at
a
27.
marriage. Talk about that at work that has to be put in.
Man, with anything in life, it's all about time and effort. So it be times, no lie, you be like, what the f was I thinking? But sometimes it be, it be the total opposite. You be like, man, I'm so glad we did this. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got babies and all that stuff now, and it get boring. I be like, I'm so tired of rocking this baby. Like, I love my baby to death. But, man, I'm looking on Instagram and everybody at the party like, ooh, and I'm over here bored in the mug like, I love you.
And it's so funny, cause different. I think if you're not in it, yeah.
I love you. I love you.
Do the same thing probably to you when they see you, your family.
Right.
And then you do the same thing, but I know I'm still on the other side where I'm just like, yeah,
Right, that's,
this
you know what I'm saying? Andre 2000, the grass is always greener. Like, you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Single people want to be in a relationship. People in a
Maybe.
relationship want to be single.
That's
It
true.
is.
So, you know what I'm saying? You just got to know, you know what I'm saying, to work on communicating and putting in that, you got to put in that work. You got to talk to each other. You got to put up with shit you don't want to put up with. Like you
on that
out
one.
here to have
Taking
you
a
breathing. Like
Put up with
Yeah. I definitely trust and believe I know.
So, like I said,
Just remember, you got to go home, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. Just remember.
I love you.
I love you.
There it is. You heard it right from the mouth of Isaiah. It takes some work that has to be put in, but yeah, I think the main thing with that is that, like you said, there are quality people out there, but like Tiara said, everybody else said, you need to find out who you are first in regards to trying to be, seek out somebody else's quality. So we're gonna take one last quick break, and we're gonna come back and wrap this thing up. You are still tuned in to ODELL'S Roundtable, and we are here at Live Hip Hop Daily Studios, and we'll be right back.
Everybody knows that relationships, when they break down, can be extremely hurtful, disappointing, frustrating, and the cocoon was, the concept of it was created from a poem I wrote called The Human Chrysalis in my first book, The Rebirth of Seeds. And what I explained was, when you break up with someone, you need time and space to kind of flush out and process all of your feelings, all of your attachments, your evaluation of yourself, your evaluation of your partner, time to, almost take inventory of all of the things that you are accountable for. So in chapter 3, the cocoon is designed for you to go inside and work out these particular problems or issues, and not only work them out, but actually take ownership of them before you jump into something else with someone else. So we wanted to create this space of healing, this space of kind of internal inventory before moving into the next situation with unresolved relationship debris.
You gotta let it go. There's a better day waiting for you, for you, for you.
ODELL'S Roundtable, and always fun during the breaks and everything. But one of the things that we did want to talk about real quick before we sum things up, we were talking about are the options out there preventing people from getting serious? Because there's so many options, whether it be social media, whether it just be, like you said, desperate people out there who are willing to play third base and third place on the team. You don't have to worry about them starting it. Like, hey, how do you feel about that, Nuts?
I don't think I got serious yet in this show. So there's always one moment. One moment, at least one. I got to get serious.
With Nuts knowledge?
There it is. Damn, I forgot all about that. Anyway, but
hashtag that.
Hashtag it always. The bottom line comes down to, it don't matter if you have 1,001 options when you meet that one person and y'all vibing together. All of that stuff doesn't matter. It could be like we was just talking about, chicks half naked, they could be DMing pictures, all of that stuff. You're gonna be so focused and locked into that one person, it's not gonna matter. You know what I mean? So that's just the truth of the situation. You could dance around it and make it pretty clown however you want to, but that's just it. When you meet that one person and y'all vibing and y'all connecting on that level, it's like, yo, I'm not about to mess this up with some scallywag or something like that. So there it is.
Some Jezebel.
Yeah, that was good. I agree with that.
You like that?
That was good.
I had to get at least one in. I've been clowning a lot tonight. So.
Anybody else want to talk about the options or anything that they,
It's what we talked about on the break, man. You can literally pull out your phone and find 100 some odd women who's gonna be, who look to or appear to be willing to mess up your relationship. and waiting on it. You know what I'm
Put
saying?
that phone up.
Like you see all the not to joke, but you see all the chicks who post the little memes with the little fake tags on
some
them,
right
like
now.
you, your man, me, him, like
Right.
what you gonna
The
do?
little- yeah,
you
yeah,
see
yeah.
him, you see him.
Yeah.
So they be when I say they be out here ready,
They be out here,
they
bro.
be ready. Man, since I got this wedding ring, it's not gonna stop nobody. You gotta
No,
make that
that's-
decision in your head, like yo, I'm not gonna do it.
Okay,
Oh,
talk
wow.
about it.
That.
See,
That's
to
an
me, I
attraction.
feel like there's options and then there's sloptions. Like
Hashtag that.
those are sloptions. Like the people on Instagram who are just doing it for likes. But like to me, I guess it may be difficult when I feel myself getting to know somebody and getting on that level and the relationship is getting a little deeper. There's always somebody in the back of my head. Me thinking, okay, if I got into a relationship with this person, like, would it completely ruin my chances with
such and such,
this
yeah.
somebody else that's actually a decent option? And I know that sounds crazy, but like when you actually do have a few decent options, like I don't know, I think of it that way. Like, what am I losing?
Instead of what you're gaining.
Right.
It's
But you
what
gotta
I'm gaining, but it's also like, okay, if I'm potentially being in a relationship to be with this person for long term, like, what am I giving up? And I know that seems, some people probably don't want to say that, but that's real. Like, like, hey, like, even if it's not even about the sloptions or the people who want to have sex with you, like, especially if you're a woman, like every man wants to have sex with you, but like
Right,
my thing is really like the decent options that are out there that may that are still there, but you don't know where
But
to go.
that's the risk, man.
Yeah.
All the little comparisons, taking the plunge. You know what I'm saying? It's the commitment. You gotta know. All right, man. No matter what, I'm gonna stick to this. Give it my everything, my 100%, my time and effort. And you got to make that commitment. Like, it's people out there who's going to be, you know what I'm saying, like that 80-20 rule stuff that they used to talk about. Like, you see somebody, they got this, and this, right? Well, all right, cool. But it's that one thing, like you talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Am I willing to deal with that? Nope. Cool. But he got that one thing. So what else he got that I can, you know what I'm saying, work with? One.
Yeah.
And then you're going to make that decision. You ain't gonna get everything.
I think
you're not gonna get
I think that's a
everything.
key part though. When you get to that point, that's when you have to have that counsel with somebody or with a couple people, not too
When it starts
many.
getting serious, you gotta.
Yeah, you got to be able to talk to somebody and be like, all right, this is what it is. I need a impartial person to give me your feedback on what you think. And it's got to be somebody with some damn sense. Okay? That's the key part.
Not sense, but some damn sense.
There's some damn sense, yeah, because it can't be, because a lot of people's like, oh, they got a lot of experience. That's not always a good thing. They may have some jacked up experience, but it's got to be somebody that you trust and has your best interests at heart and not willing to just have you out here just to say you in a relationship or because they trying to get somebody else back because of what they've been through. You know what I'm saying? That's the key portion when you're like, all right, I need some real advice. And I'm going to tell you the truth. It's not normally your parents at that situation because they're looking at you like, I just want my baby to be married. I want my baby to be happy.
Right.
It may be.
Just
but-
give me some grandbabies.
Right. Which way can I get me of my first grandbaby? The quickest. So
Right. That's what they
that counsel is real key.
Want them grand babies.
Right.
You wanna say something, Trina?
I probably was, but I forgot. So
Okay. That sound like you. But I think that all this is some good discussion. Everything. Isaiah, we appreciate you having you tonight.
Yeah,
no
bro.
problem, man.
Yeah.
I'll be a
Especially with
resident
you,
married person,
especially
man.
because you
the
are,
resident married person.
especially because you are in a serious relationship.
Right.
But
be serious.
the serious relationship.
Yeah.
Right.
What would you leave the people with this in regards to this topic and everything?
Man, if you're gonna do it wholeheartedly, man. I know from personal experience, man, people were stuck in relationships that they don't want to be in. And I think that is what's really stopping people from, you know what I'm saying, making that commitment with each other. You know, don't nobody want to get screenshotted. Don't nobody want to get told about. You know what I'm saying? That people afraid of these things, man. These things is real. This is real issues now.
It's
So-
real, though. You're right.
So like I said, man, you just can't be afraid. You gotta make the commitment. Jump head in if you're gonna do it. Love the one you with.
Right.
Love the one you with.
Love the one you with. That's all I can say.
Right. Trina,
Well said.
what would you want to leave the folks with?
So I think Knots touched on it, and I touched on it before in another segment. Focus it's kind of funny, like when you're deciding what you want to be in life. Say I want to be an engineer.
Okay.
I'm going to focus on that. I'm not going to let anything deter me from being an engineer. So I'm going to do what I have to do. And I feel like in a relationship, you should approach it the same way. If you want to be successful, in a relationship, you have to focus. I mean, that's easier said than done. But if that's what you really want to do, you have to do that, because it's not easy. I mean, even for women, I can personally say it's not easy being in a relationship, being committed. Well, I can speak for me, because commitment is a big thing, because you get easily distracted. There's this one over here, there's this one over here, there's this one over here. But if you focus and you make it your goal that you want to be in this relationship, I want to be with this person, I want to grow old with this person, because like you said, if they have the 80 and the 20 is something you can deal with, then you'll go ahead and, set your sight on that person.
We're going to take that 100. That's
Yeah.
what you say. We're going to
Yeah. I mean, the 80-20, I think that's very accurate. I think it's very accurate. But I did have a couple of things that I wanted to say.
Why you wait to the end?
Because he always asks what we have.
Because you know we're going to have a rebuttal. Anyway, go ahead.
No, we're not. I'm just saying some of the reasons I think that people aren't serious. Like I said earlier, nobody wants to wait. Trina's list. Nobody wants to wait. Everybody wants it really fast, quick in a hurry. People are easily distracted. There's, like you guys said, there's a pretty one over here with a big booty, one over here, just beautiful women. So you're easily distracted. Yeah, shut up. You can't focus. You can't focus on one person. There's, again, a lack of focus, and then also fear of being hurt. People don't want to get in serious relationships because they don't want to be hurt, especially if you've been in a relationship before, or your first love left you or whatever, and you have never gotten over that. You've never visited that and tried to come out of that. You're going to be fearful. Then I also had, one moment, please. Fear of failure. Some people don't want to be in relationships because they hate to fail. I know my biggest thing was I didn't want to be, I think everybody can be a statistic, but I never wanted to be everything is everybody's a statistic in any, there's so many categories. I never wanted to be a divorced person. So I was fearful of failing, but in actuality, it was either fail or stay in this empty relationship and live the rest. Yeah. That just doing it just because I'm doing it, just because, my parents, what will my friends say, my parents say, we didn't spend all this money, blah, 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 whatever. Okay, and then fear of missing out on, if I'm in this relationship, kind of like what you said, what about, this option, I'm missing out on that. And if I'm in a relationship, I can't have as much fun as I want to. Then also bad examples. If you come from a broken home, and you might come from a single parent home where you see your mother or you've had 4 or 5 uncles and they really aren't related, they really are related, so you have bad examples.
Uncle Johnny.
Right, Uncle Johnny. You got a couple of, so you grow up thinking, dang, I'm supposed to have uncles, or whatever, but okay. Then also doing too much. You don't have enough time. You want to focus on you're focused. I'm focusing on my career. I don't have time for a relationship. I'll get what do we call filler. So you're a placeholder, and that's exactly what it is. It's just holding the place until once I get to where I'm successful in my career, then I'll have time for a relationship, a family. I know a few people who are still waiting on that. You are in your 50s and 60s, and you ain't, if it ain't happened, boo, it ain't happening, okay? And then I have one more, what's lack of respect. If you lose respect in the relationship, you have everything in the beginning of the relationship. You really respect this person. You want to be with this person. And then if you start losing respect for that person, then you're going to be kind of lackadaisical. You ain't really going to be doing the things that you were before. So it kind of tapers off. And then it's not serious anymore because this is just something I'm doing today. And that's it.
All right. And that was hashtag
Trina's list.
Trina's list right now.
Trina's list. Strange day.
Man, don't snap at that shit. She would've brought that shit up. At 9:05, she could have brought up that damn list.
That was a really good list.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. You know,
Time
you agree
was
with half of
horrible.
that. Whatever.
Yeah.
But it still was
I
good.
feel like Trina said a mouthful, and definitely with the fear of getting hurt. Because I know with me, I'm an alpha female, even though I don't like to admit that. I really don't. I really don't like to put my emotions in someone else's hands. And so for me, like even getting deeper, I feel like when you want to love, you have to subject yourself.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Obi.
but like I said,
Go ahead. Right. That's like part two.
but nah, I think like I said, your energy can't lie. You have to actually just, be honest with people as well. I mean, some people are just not worth being serious. Let's just be honest about it.
It's true.
Some people it might just be good sex. It might just be somebody to go out to eat with.
Good sandwich.
Story. See,
man. Sandwich and a soda.
Pays for meals.
We talking about Instagram earlier in the pictures. Oh man, there was an Instagram post going around saying if she got the nerve to take a picture of the food and cut you out the picture, she need to be paying for half the meal. Simple as that. You taking half the picture, you need to pay for half the meal. Simple as that.
You taking the street food? Okay.
All right. Okay. Here go your half right there.
That's very true. And then I think lastly, like I said, it's just, you can't, like we said before, you can't train anyone or wish anyone would take a relationship as serious as you do. Y'all have to just meet on that same plane and build from there. But you can't wish they would be where you're at or where your mind state's at or everything. You can't train anybody to get there. But then also too, at the same time, don't start off serious. Just have fun and take it from there. And just live. And I'll leave you with a quote. It says, "The one serious conviction that a man should have is that nothing is to be taken too seriously." And that's from Nicholas Butler.
Who was that?
Nicholas Butler.
Yeah, damn fool. But anyway.
He's gonna respond to everything.
I need to come with my own book of quotes. Because you people be talking out there.
Damn fool.
Don't take nothing serious in life. Just let it go. Come on. How's that sound to you? Oh.
It said the one serious conviction that a man should have is that nothing is to be taken too seriously. You took that too seriously.
You took that too serious.
And you went.
Look, you took that too serious.
I mean, we living in the Black Lives Matter state of mind right now. So,
but we're not talking about
Black Lives Matter.
Sorry.
Right.
Another conversation.
Right, with all
hour
these-
3.
This is what happens when we take a break. You know what I'm saying? All of this comes out.
But real quick too, I want to give everybody a chance to pub. I mean, I know Isaiah, you have your app and everything.
Oh
Tell everybody
yeah. Black Friday is coming up, man. Download this app. It's called Tap. You can get on Google Play, iTunes. Man, we trying to really do it, like you said. Black Lives Matter. We supporting black-owned businesses this Black Friday, y'all. So at Tap, you're gonna find coupons, discounts, promotions, anything for the cheap. You can buy it from a black-owned business, man. Support somebody who look like you.
Right.
And ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Don't let nobody tell you that.
Right. I get up for that. Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. For real.
This is the app that
What is it called again?
Tap.
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 TAP, and this is the app that Isaiah developed and everything. So very proud of the brother.
That's
It's a
what's
really
up, man.
great app. Anything you need to pub, Trina?
Not right now. Just me.
She gonna plug Tap too.
Oh yeah, tap. Download that app. Tap.
Right.
Yeah.
Tara, anything you need to plug? Anything?
I will need to plug some things in a few coming weeks, but
Exactly.
I'll let that come at that time. However, I will plug myself. My name is Tierra Clemens, and a lot of things will be coming from Tierra Clemens soon.
All right.
How about that?
Sounds good. Knots.
You ready? It's been busy.
Go ahead.
I've been busy. All right. No, seriously though, Hip Hop Gets Back. We about to start our giving campaign.
Yes.
So we've got events coming up for Thanksgiving, Christmas, a couple other ones in between there. Check out the website, hiphopgetsback.com. Check out the foundation, hiphopgetsback.org. This Thursday and Friday, I'm gonna be in St. Louis with the Black Men Can Institute, speaking to a group of young men and actually some older men as well. I just found out today about using hip hop to improve their life skills. So I'm real excited about that. That's going to be at St. Louis Community College. That's going to be on the Black Men Can Institute. Google that. You'll find out. I'll be a speaker on there.
St. Louis.
Right. You know, St. Louis is big. I almost forgot. Also did Drop the Mix with whycauseIcan.com. It's called Genres. Basically, it's a mix of soul, hip hop, EDM, rock, and it's basically just new stuff that we feel needs to be spread to the people. And it's just about where current state of art of music is, you know, not just being in one particular genre. So we say, fuck them all, and throw it on the mix. So I think that's enough for now. So
that's enough.
Yeah.
As for me, like I said, you know, make sure you follow me on Twitter, Instagram, R by Odell. Make sure you follow the show. That's at ORT Show. Also, make sure you go to jforce.com. That's a site that I write for, as well as go to badculture.net and check out Odell's Corner Kick, where I talk all things football, or soccer as we say here in America.
Chelsea.
Also, too, if you're in Atlanta area, this Saturday you should come out to Sweet Lounge for an event called Must Love Beards. Shout out to Janice Jamila of
November 7th. Gotta say the date. Yeah.
November 7th.
Yeah.
Shout out to Janice Jamila of IDon'tDoClubs.com. We actually partnered with her with JForce.com, and we're giving away a couple of free tickets to the ladies because you know the event is free for men as long as you RSVP, but ladies have to buy tickets. So
wait a minute. It's free for men, but the women gotta pay.
You gotta have a beard.
Wow.
It's the female beer owner, right?
So make sure.
Ain't nobody gonna be there.
You'd be surprised.
I'll be there.
Right. Tell some women they're gonna be there. They're gonna be there.
Straight sausage fest.
It's a great event. I mean, she does a great job. IDon'tDoClubs.com. It's kind of similar, you know, with what Isaiah does with Tap Me, because she has a lot of lists on there of black-owned businesses.
Yeah, she does a great job.
I got a chance. And actually, if you check on JForce.com, I interviewed her as well, so check that out as well. But also, she's coming out with a holiday gift guide of black-owned businesses.
That's what's up.
But yeah, she does this event in D.C., New York, Atlanta, actually Boston as well. She gives a great collection of just young black professionals. It's really nice. So like I say, I got a chance to help her pub the event, get away a couple free tickets, and I'll be there as well. Hopefully some of the people from the round table will be there if you see us.
I can make it.
So who are you giving your free tickets to?
You have to go to jforce.com.
I came
So
to
are you giving them to only
walkerstreet.com.
No, the tickets, men are free if you RSVP.
Okay, but are you giving them to women?
So
right. So
when can I pick mine up?
So you need to go to jforce.com.
I'm here now.
And you need to go to jforce.com and check
Sound like
that out.
some old shit.
And also, shout out to my team with the Beats and Lyrics show, J Force and Twice Born.
Yeah.
We're doing some things with Dash Radio, some other stuff as well. So it's nice. But I think that's pretty much everything. I think we did all the pubbing, everything as well. Glad to have everybody back, and we'll see y'all.
Welcome back.
Very soon.
Download Tap.
Download Tap, man.
Is this it?
Black Business Initiative, man. I love
Oh,
you.
it's JAYFORCE.
Can she wait till after the show?
I'm trying to support you.
I appreciate
And
it.
get my free ticket.
You just want a free ticket?
Look, get my free ticket.
Hey, man, we love free stuff.
That one right
You just
there.
want a free ticket.
Are we out?
That one.
We rapping?
That's the SoundCloud. Let's go to
Oh, you paying attention.
jforce.com.
Oh,
Let me go ahead. Let's get some photos.
It's a day party?
oh.
Yeah.
It is a day party.
Yeah.
We did
Saturday at what time?
Are we cutting?
I mean, he'll.
Edit it out or something.
Bathroom break. What is we
He
still?
said the shadow took too long.
We still live. Okay, y'all want to have a rap battle?
Scandalous there.